This is Primetime Sports, WGNS Murfreesboro, on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com. The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro, on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
We're back here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Middle Tennessee Electric, serving our community by providing affordable, reliable, and safe electricity. Online at mte.com. We have joining us by phone this morning, Oakland coach Kevin Creasy, who wins the award for the longest road trip of the season. Coach, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you along with us, and congrats on the win. If there was an OK Corral down there somewhere, it was the shootout at the OK Corral with yourself and the Coyotes of Anna, Texas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was kind of who got the ball last. And, our guys did a heck of a job of, fighting back and persevering. There was a time where we were down 15 points and they had the ball and, had to make a stop on defense and came up with a big stop. And our guys, like I said, couldn't be more proud of the way they fought back down on the road. Unfriendly environment, definitely a huge crowd. Tough place to win at, and I think we broke their 13-game win streak.
Well, it's awfully nice to be able to do that. I'm sure they enjoyed having you in to do that last night. You were down 28-13, and you kind of just alluded to that. Was that kind of the turning point for your team last night to get that stop? Because, they were trying to go up by 3 scores.
Yeah, that's pretty much what was going on in the second half. We played good football, just played a team that was really good, and they were good at every position. There's really no weaknesses on Anna's team, and so we had to play near perfect, and we played really well in the first half, but we played great in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Our guys believed in what we've been preaching all week. There was going to be a 4-quarter game, and that, if we were going to win in a big ball game, we had to win in the fourth quarter. And shoot, man, that's what we did. Our guys, I could be more proud of how tough they were in the fourth quarter. It was hot down here, and we had some guys that came out, cramping and stuff, and went right back in. So real proud of the effort of our guys.
Third quarter was outstanding. You outscored them 16-0 in the third quarter, and outscored them in the second half 39-20. It was kind of a shootout in the fourth quarter, and it became who had the football last. But honestly, you just were able to run the ball down their throat. I was just kind of looking at the stats. 473 yards rushing last night is what I was sent. Out of your 530 yards of total offense was on the ground.
Yeah, couldn't be more proud of our offensive line. They did a heck of a job last night. They were blocking really well, knowing that, one of our best players was out. DeJuan Morris, we might have rushed for 674 yards if DeJuan would have played, but I'm just saying that our offensive line knew we had to step up with some of our other guys playing. Started a sophomore last night at running back too. Just real proud of, next man up mentality. Didn't make any excuses. Would have been easy for us to come down here and, cry about, our best guy, having his ankle injury and just built-in excuses and all that stuff. But our dudes, they believe they could win. They were representing Oakland and the brand that we've had here for 10 years now. Going on the road is tough, but going out of state's even tougher. And, playing a state champion, there's a reason Anna won the state championship last year. A lot of it has to do with the coaching staff and the players. A lot of those players are back. Almost everybody's back on offense for them, and they've got probably the best quarterback, we've ever played against.
Kevin Creasy joining us this morning, Oakland Patriots head coach. Was that Kamani Bass, that sophomore that played for you?
Yeah, Kamani had a huge reception for us last night. He had some good runs, did a heck of a job for us, weighing in at 127 pounds.
Soaking wet.
Soaking wet.
Last night, I just want to make sure we get some of these offensive stats in, because it's not a normal thing to have two kids that were right around or over the 200-yard rushing mark. And TT last night, Hill had 202 yards and 4 touchdowns, and Tut 194 yards and 2 touchdowns. So they both almost, or did, touch 200. That's pretty good production.
Yeah, our stat guy has 201 for Tut, 202 for TT, and, they also had some big-time two-point conversions. We wanted to put pressure on their offense. Mm-hmm. Most of the time these guys are just blowing people out of the water, so we wanted to see what happened whenever it got real thick in there. And we went for 2 and took a 1-point lead, and saw how they reacted. They reacted like champions. They fought back and, went back on top of us. And we were 4 for 4 on 2-point conversions, and real proud of Tut and TT. And they made some huge plays. I mean, Tut played almost every snap of defense, turned back around, and TT's returning every kick for us. So they definitely got their money's worth on this trip, touching the ball and getting a lot of action. Tut probably made the play of the game. Kevin Creasy throws a 3rd and 13 ball over the middle to Tut, and he goes over the top of a guy and catches it and brings it down for a huge first down in their territory. We were actually on their 20-yard line, or our own 20-yard line coming out, and we were down at the time. So you just look at a lot of big plays in the ball game. We had a sophomore recover an onside kick at the end of the game. Braxton Griever, big time player, going to be great. Has the guts to go up and catch an onside kick when guys are coming full speed at him. The rule in Tennessee is you can't, hit a guy that's trying to make an attempt on catching a ball, especially on an onside kick. Well, let me tell you, the rule's a little different in Texas. So they're walloping us left and right on these onside kicks. Our guys are standing in there tough. And like I said, they were unsuccessful there at the end of the game trying to recover onside kicks. And like I said, there was a lot of sophomores for us that got real action in a big ball game, and they're seeing what it's all about.
You mentioned the Tut catch, which was just over 20 yards, and Bass had a reception for 36 yards. Didn't have to pass a lot, but Kyler put it where it needed to be, and 2 really huge plays for you in the game with his arm and just the management and poise he's got in the pocket. That can be tough on the road, but looks like he was tough as nails last night for you.
Yeah. I was proud of a lot of our guys. I thought there was some big plays that had to be made. 4th down and 2, Kyler runs the ball. We don't call his number to run it much, but he ran it on 4th and 2 and got a huge first down for us early in the game to keep a drive alive. So, it was a few things we had to do last night that we had to break some tendencies on, and like I said, we had a bunch of different guys step up and make huge plays. Chase Mandy had an interception that helped change the game for us. We stripped the ball and caused a fumble. Those guys, they had a great offense, but, we were opportunistic by creating turnovers and changing the whole momentum of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And, I got to give credit to our fans, too. We had a great fan support last night, and they were making a lot of noise and supported us, 10.5-hour drive away, and couldn't be more proud of Oakland and how they supported us.
You mentioned Bandy's interception. Kyrie Gaynor also had one for you last night, and Caleb Ellison is Caleb Ellison, 10 tackles, 2 pass breakups. He's just a beast out there. So you had to have all of that last night down in Texas. I wanted to ask you before our time gets away, Coach. I mean, this is a long road trip. I know you got down there a day early. Kind of talk to us a little bit about the trip altogether, and maybe the first chance for these guys to do something like this.
Yeah, like I said, we still on a bus right now. It's pretty cool to be on these long road trips. Our first stop was a Pilot gas station. I bet we spent $3,000 at the gas station before we got out of there, and we were just in West Memphis, Arkansas at the time. So most kids got all their money spent before they ever got out of the state of Arkansas, but that was all right. We took care of them the rest of the time, fed them real well. Actually, we're headed to Benton, Arkansas to get something to eat right now. But at the end of the day, like I said, most of our people were proud of, the efforts of our kids. We like to say business trip and all that stuff, but I could say probably 95% of our players probably never been to the state of Texas, and they're leaving here with a great feeling, a great memory, and, a heck of a contest. Shout out real quick, Coach Melvin Daniels' son, along with we met 5 total people that were from Rutherford County that now reside in Texas that came over to watch Oakland football. And,
wow.
And Coach Daniels' son said it was reminiscent of some of those 80s teams that his dad helped coach, running downhill and off tackle and being tough and being able to stop the run on defense. It was pretty awesome how some of those guys that moved off from Rutherford County and still in Texas, and they still made the trip to come represent the O, and real proud of that.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome. Their facilities, how do they stack up?
Oh, it's their press box is unbelievable. They've got a jumbotron that makes ours look like an old 1990s big screen TV. End of the day, their indoor facility is top notch. I mean, they've spent over $1 million on it. They're getting a $10 million grant to build a new home side of their stadium and new press box, that I think is just fine the way it is. But at the end of the day, 10 miles down the road at Allen, they've spent $60 million on a stadium. McKinney, I think, spent $30 million on their stadium. So, yeah, our guys got to see, how much football means to these communities in Texas.
Yeah, it's things are different in Texas from what everything I've heard. Next week,
not bad.
Yeah, next week you get to play in the friendly confines at Ray Hughes Stadium next Friday night with Haywood coming in. Do you know much about Haywood?
Yeah, I know they went to the 4th round of the playoffs last year, and they've got a heck of a running back and a receiver that's got about 10 D1 offers. So, real talented team out of West Tennessee, and I know their coach used to be at Chevable. So we know about him and how well, he's done over the years. He's won a state championship at Lake County. So, yeah, we're real familiar with them. Most people around here probably aren't, but they're a really good team, coming in, at a perfect time. We're 2-0 and coming off some big wins. Next thing you know, we can't be there, right for the picking. We got to be ready to play this Friday. Get this behind us, this win behind us, and get ready for a quality opponent. In our first home game, hopefully we'll have our stands packed like Anna had their stands packed last night.
Coach, safe travels on the rest of the way here back to the borough, and congrats on the win last night.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, that is Oakland coach Kevin Creasy joining us here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Carpets by Osborne, who'd love to help you complete any job, whether residential or commercial, carpet, tile, hardwood, vinyl, rugs, and more. Locally owned, that's Carpets by Osborne with a Z.com.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating local athletes here in Rutherford County. Experts in joint, bones, and muscles. And with over 65 specialists, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA. Live your best life.
Quick, convenient,